Hello and welcome back to Puckett Fieldhouse. It's been a long day here on this Wednesday afternoon and evening. Aaron Mosier, Esteban Velez with you. Well, tonight our nightcap is Hannibal LaGrange taking on the number 18 team in the land, Central Methodist. Hannibal LaGrange coming off of that emotionally draining, physically draining, mentally draining 5-set match against Tabor where they led 2-0, then had to come back in set number 5 to get the win. Central Methodist coming off of a sweep of Tabor. So two teams in very different positions for tonight's match.
Yeah, Central Methodist, the easier of the two pass here for today. As you mentioned, Hannibal LaGrange, it was a dogfight for them in the earlier match against Tabor. They had to fight for every single point. They earned every single point, and ultimately they were able to come up with a big win. And that's a good thing for them because being up 2 sets, and then if they were going to drop the game, losing it 3 straight afterwards, it would have been just devastating, especially coming to play now against CMU number 18 team ranked. You can't really afford that if you're Hannibal LaGrange.
Right, but we've also seen the Trojans be a very scrappy team. What does Central Methodist have to do to put them away early?
I think just play their game. If they stick true to themselves and just play like the CMU we're used to seeing, we're accustomed to seeing, I think it'll be a 3-0 sweep for the Eagles. I'm calling it right now. Hopefully we don't jinx it, but we're going in favor of CMU as always, and we're hoping for an Eagles win here today.
We'll see what happens next here on the Hart Conference Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse for tonight's NAIA Women's Volleyball matchup between the visiting Hannibal LaGrange Trojans and your number 19 nationally ranked Central Methodist Eagles. We ask that all players, coaches, and spectators abide by the NAIA champions of character values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. And now let's meet the starters of this contest. First, the visiting Trojans of Hannibal LaGrange. An outside hitter, a 5'8" senior, number 1, Ariana Kutra. An outside hitter, a 5'7" senior, number 2, Ryan Blanchard. An outside hitter, a 5'6" freshman, number 5, Jana Zhang. And libero, a 5'4" freshman, number 8, Sydney Shipman. At center, a 5'9" freshman, number 11, Delaney Hannibal. At middle blocker, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Chloe Moore. And that middle blocker, a 5'7" freshman, number 20, Latai Latu. The Trojans are led by head coach Priscilla Brown, and she is assisted by Franny Harris. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your number 18 nationally ranked Central Methodist Eagles. At middle hitter, a 5'11" junior, number 2, Mia Schreitler. At middle hitter, a 6-foot graduate, number 4, Annabelle Lawson. At center, a 5'8" freshman, number 7, Julia Gunelli. At opposite hitter, a Kelsey Walker. And now libero, a 5'8" senior, number 24, Rita Campos. The Eagles are led by head coach Coleman Lee, and he's assisted by Dustin Carrier and Victor Curry Honey. Best of luck to both squads.
So, number 18 Central Methodist hosting Hannibal LaGrange to finish out the CMU triangular. Both teams winning their matches earlier today. A sweep for CMU over Tabor and a five-set victory for Hannibal LaGrange. A victory in 5 sets, 3-2 final. Hannibal LaGrange will be in the gray tops. Rather, Central Methodist will be in the gray tops, green libero, navy tops, white libero for Hannibal LaGrange. Trojans are now 3-18 on the season. CMU now 9-3, looking to get back to a 10-win mark here this evening. The Eagles are 2-0 all time versus the Trojans. And the sweep versus Tabor, CMU with a 261 hitting percentage, 39 assists, 44 kills. They look pretty sharp. But Hannibal LaGrange just snapped their 5-game losing streak, and they're now 1-12 in neutral site contest, but they're 1-3 on the road. This is basically a road contest anyway. So, after a few hours of rest, Julia Ganelli serves it for CMU. Chloe Moore, the tap, and just finds its way in. Point for the Trojans. This can go either of two ways. Either the energy from picking up the win over Tabor carries over, or this team is emotionally drained and just does not have enough in the tank to hang with a top 20 team in the country. But CMU better not take this Trojans group lightly. Set up for Berea. And she powers it home. And as long as CMU plays pretty clean and just goes to their power hitters, they should be in good shape. As Vanessa Cantoni now serves for the Eagles, and she had a pretty good day against Tabor earlier on in the afternoon. And finds the back corner for Ariana Hutron. The Trojans don't seem too worse for wear. Joanna Milo returns here for the Eagles. After she had a 9-kill game, her and DeTheo both with 9. A little more of a balanced effort against Tabor for the Eagles. Milo, the tap, point CMU.
Point to the Eagles. Shifting into CMU, number 23, Kelsey Walker.
So that'll bring Kelsey Walker.
Campos to serve.
Campos to serve. 5'8" senior from Porto, Portugal. Oh, nice denial by Berea and company. Berea didn't play as much against Mid-America Nazarene or Tabor, but likely being saved for this match to allow her 6'1" frame and power to really be emphatic. Campos with an incredible save. And a violation by Hannibal LaGrange. CMU leads 4-2. Campos in the Tabor match. As there is a return error by the Trojans. Campos had 11 digs earlier today against Tabor. And she serves again. Long drive. Oh my, Chloe Moore puts it right back where it came from. And Ganelli could not handle that. Ty Latu returns for Trojans. As Shipman serves. And too strong. And that was a real killer for the Trojans, preventing them from taking that game earlier on. Against Tabor, the service errors piled up a little bit for them. And finished with double-digit service errors. 12 of them to be exact. And Kelsey Walker with a violation, point for the Trojans. So 6-4, Eagles lead. They had a couple of losses last week that they did not. They were 2-3 in their last 5 before defeating Tabor earlier today. Blankenship too strong. CMU 8, Hannibal LaGrange 4. And now Massin to serve. Blankenship stops by Campos, set up for Milo, and a little bit inaccurate. Now 8-5. And Blankenship, the senior from Colorado Springs, to serve. Set up for the powerful left hand. Blankenship right back the other way. Milo the tap and placed excellently. Mia Trankler and Kai Cobb return for CMU. Hutron stopped. Stonewalled at the net, and Trankler stopped by Job. And Job sends it across. Milo arms off the net, still alive for the Trojans. Sit down to play. CMU leads 10-5. Charit. Set it up. Now we keep trying again. And right off the net. Good. Good start here for CMU. 11-5 lead. They're in set number 1 in Fayette.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
An 11-5 lead for the Eagles. This is basically, there is a ace for the Eagles. Basically the championship game for the CMU Triangular. Both teams beating Tabor. Uh-oh. Trojan hits the floor, and Tai Latu is holding her left ankle as she took a hard spill. And now she will be looked at. Hopefully she just turned her ankle there. But we'll take a break while they look at her.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
Well, Tai Latu limps her way over to the bench, and you hate to see this. Yeah, especially for a Hannibal LaGrange group already with a short roster. Samari Ladner will replaces Latu, and she wasn't able to put much weight on that ankle at all. So certainly our prayers go for her health moving forward. She continues to be looked at. CMU a 12-5 lead here in set number one. Cop to serve again. Austin with the dig. And Milo inaccurate. Walker and Campos return for the Eagles. And Abrisa Romero to serve. And a beautiful left-handed drive by DeTheo. Julia Ganelli returns for the Eagles, along with Berea. 7-point advantage for CMU. Chloe Moore is stonewalled by three Eagles. Trankler, Berea, Milo, all in there. That's the type of play that worked a little bit against Tabor, not so much here against the Eagles. And out of play, point CMU, 15-6 lead here in set one. Ellie, the freshman from Verona, Italy, entered this week, averaging almost 5 assists per set and about 0.6 aces per set. Close to an ace there, but Eggemeyer able to flip the script. Eggemeyer, what a performance she had against Tabor with 41 assists. Trinkler dumps it in. Here is Cantoni. Cantoni, Ganelli, Campos, Barea, Trinkler, and Musson on the floor for CMU. And a service ace for Central Methodist. Ten-point lead here in set number one. Free ball here for the Eagles. And Mawson off of Shipman. It is still alive. What a recovery by Blankenship. Barea the tap. Oh my, Shipman in there again. And Blankenship gets it back over. Tapped, point CMU. Trojans gave 110% effort, but Central Methodist still able to pay it off. And in 11-point lead for the number 18 team in the land as Marissa Bird takes the floor. And a service error, a rare one for Cantoni. And now we're tied up at, now we're at 10 apiece. 10-point separation between the two as Milo returns. 18-8 advantage for the Eagles. And Heatron to serve for the Trojans. Set up beautifully for Milo. Now they get Blankenship involved. Back to Milo, the tap. Trojans keeping it alive, and they get it over Trinkler. 18-9 now in set number one. There is Heatron to serve. Barea finds enough room. Point CMU, now back to a 10-point advantage. Kelsey Walker returns. CMU hitting .368 with 9 kills. And Campos to serve. Long drive. Just a little bit outside, and another service error for the Eagles today. And here is Shipman. Floats it too far. Back-to-back service errors, and CMU leads 20-10. And here is Machark and DeTheo. When they sub in together, it is trouble for opponents. That one a little bit strong by Machark. 3 straight service errors. And now Jenna Job returns for Hannibal LaGrange. Tapped over by Walker. A little bit of issue for the Trojans, but Ladner gets it over, and now Milo is set up. Good block up front, but nobody there. Nobody there behind Egway and Eggemeyer, rather. And a point for CMU. 21-11 advantage here in set number 1. And point for CMU. 22-11 advantage. The Eagles hitting .381, 10 kills. 5 attack errors for the Trojans. 3 reception errors. Mawson floated it over. Ladner. And short. 2 points away here for Central Methodist. And Mawson to serve. Mawson against Tabor, 5 kills on 24 total attacks. Another point for the Eagles, set point. Blankenship pays it off for the Trojans. And a service error ends set number 1. CMU takes it 25-12 over Hannibal LaGrange. This is the CMU Triangular on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student-athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life. Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student-athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
Well, we begin set number 2 after CMU a commanding 25-12 victory in set number 1. Central Methodist looking to move to 10-3 on the season. After this one, they will begin continue Hart Conference play, taking on Graceland Friday night and then Peru State on Saturday morning. That will be before Central Methodist football hosts Clark. So join us Saturday morning and afternoon here on the Hart Conference Network. Hannibal LaGrange hit negative 0.45 with 6 kills, 7 errors in that first set. CMU hit 409 with 11 kills, 2 errors. 22 attacks both ways, and Utron will send us off to begin set number 2. Elo able to dig that one out. Point CMU. That left hand by DeTheo is lethal. Tina Gonzato returns for the Eagles along with Pinelli. Tapped over by Chloe Moore. Ginelli tapped by Trinkler, and Chloe Moore a little off balance. And CMU begins set number 2, leading 2-0. And a rare mistake by Ginelli on the serve. And another service error for the Eagles. 4 service errors for Central Methodist. And it's up for Milo. Good stop there by Hannibal LaGrange. Done a job at 5'6", leaping up to help with that. Just gets over. Point for the Eagles after the service error by Egemeyer. Impressive dig there by Ginelli. Egemeyer for Chloe Moore, out of play. CMU leads 4-2. We look at the standings right now in the Hart Conference. Mount Mercy 2-0. If we look at overall record, Park 11-3 overall, 1-0 in conference play. William Penn 11-7, 1-0. And that one's a little bit strong. Point for the Eagles. Clark is 9-4. CMU, of course, 9-3. Benedictine 9-3. Baker 7-2. Culver Stockton 7-5. Mid-America Nazarene 7-6 and 1-0 in conference play after defeating the Eagles yesterday night. And a good block up front by Mia Trankler. Here is Vanessa Cantoni. And another service error for the Eagles that has really plagued them today. Gonzalo able to bounce it off of a Trojan and out of play. 7-3 lead now for the Eagles. Nobody has played a conference game yet in the AMC. Missouri Baptist 7-10 to begin the year. Columbia 7-7. Both of those were swept by Central Methodist. And the Eagles ended losing streaks to both of those AMC opponents. Point back for the Trojans, 7-4 ball game. William Woods with a nice 9-7 start. They're the only team in the entire AMC with an above 500 record. Columbia College with that 7-7. Those are the only two, and everybody else in the conference really struggling. Mawson able to get it past HLGU. 8-4 lead for CMU. And everybody else in the AMC is well below 500, whether you're talking about Mission, Williams Baptist, Stevens, Hannibal, LaGrange, UHSP, or Central Baptist. And of course, Missouri Baptist and William Woods joining the Hart Conference next year in all the other sports outside of just lacrosse. Shipman gets it over. Shark for Walker, and too hard to handle for Shipman, point CMU. There's a few undefeated teams left. St. Thomas, Northwestern of Iowa. They are the #1 team in the country right now. St. Thomas, number 10. Still alive here for CMU. Softball over. And set up for Blankenship. Campos steps in front. Milo stops by Meyer. Dumped over. Here's a free ball for CMU. Taps. Point Eagles. DeFeo with the kill. Looking at that top 25, Northwestern Ohio #1 at 13-0, Eastern Oregon #2 at 11-1, Jamestown 8-0, Concordia 10-1, Southern Oregon 10-1. That's their top 5. Oklahoma Wesleyan 15-1, sitting in that 6th spot. Blankenship point for the Trojans. CMU hitting .500 here in set 2. Chark up for Mawson. Oh, and a collision. Still alive for the Trojans, and they get it over. Set up again. Walker's denied. Right back to DeFeo. What a save by Job. Off Chark, up to Campos. It's into the back corner. And Blankenship sends it over. Now Mawson again, the tap. Still alive. Free ball here for the Eagles. Tapped by DeFeo. Still a long volley. Mawson handles the quick play, and Walker delivers to the back. Eagles just outlast the Trojans that time. Mawson cannot get to it. And here is Blankenship to serve. Shark across for Milo. Point CMU. Cobb and Trankler return for the Eagles. Job stonewalled by Trankler and company.
Shifting for Hannibal LaGrange, number 7, Julia Mobley.
Julia Mobley is in for the Trojans. Some of her first action of the day. Off Shark, sets it up for Milo. Trojans keep it alive. Milo again. That's the kill shot she wanted. Eight-point advantage for CMU here in set 2 after taking set 1, 25-12. Lawson with the dig. And Milo with a line shot. Drive to the back end of the court. Timeout taken by Hannibal LaGrange. 9-point advantage for CMU on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
Nine-point lead for the Eagles here in set number 2. A long day here in Puckett Fieldhouse. We started at 3 p.m. Tabor against CMU. Eagles the sweep. And a long match between Tabor and HLGU. There's a point for the Trojans out of the timeout. Trojans entered today averaging about 10 points a set, 8 kills a set, 7.5 assists a set, 1.5 aces per set, about half a block a set, and 11 digs per set. Off Chark, rather DeFeo with the bump. And too strong from Jenna Job. 16-7 Eagles lead. Now Ganelli and Gonzato return for CMU. Misplay there by the Trojans. Double-digit advantage here for Central Methodist with a .386 hitting percentage on the night. Ganelli floats it over. Mobley the bump. Eggemeyer tries to place it, but Ganelli was there. Now a scramble for the Trojans. Blanket chip gets it over. Gonzato the tap, point CMU. The Italian product, Ganelli to serve. With a bump, Chloe Moore with the attempt. Now Gonzato throw wide to the right. Melissa Bird returns for the Trojans. Oh boy. There's an ace for Hannibal LaGrange. After tonight, the Trojans will start conference play. As is another point for HLGU, 18-10 advantage here for the Eagles as Lauren Farish is in. But the AMC trek begins for the Trojans, beginning with a 4-game homestand to end the month of September and begin the month of October. Gonzato drives it home, 19-10 advantage, set 2. Crowley's Ridge on next Tuesday, Williams Baptist on Saturday, Harrisville State, UHSP. 4 home games in a row of AMC play for the Trojans. Good denial up front by CMU. Ganelli the bump. Now up for Maassen, the tap. Still high up in the air. Up for Gonzato. Good stop by Eggemeyer. Blankenship to the back line. Elevated ball. Maassen a little bit out of position, but able to get it over. And well placed tap there by the Trojans. There is Jenna Job. Line drive, Campos with the bump, tap over. And it's over by Blankenship, but a violation, point CMU, 20-11 advantage. Hannibal LaGrange was 4-22 last season, 2-7 in AMC play. There's a service ace for Campos. 4 points away here for the number 18 team in the country. Oh, nice play. Kelsey Walker with the dunk. And a timeout taken on the floor. 11-point lead for CMU on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student-athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
CMU 3 points away here in set 2 from taking the 2-0 advantage over Hannibal LaGrange. Campos still to serve after the Trojans timeout. Eggemeyer to Moore. That's a deadly combo. Chloe Moore with 3 kills now in this matchup. Yeah, she had 21 against Tabor. Boston. And do we have an inadvertent whistle? No, a point for the Trojans. Violation from the Eagles. And so now a 22-13. Second set. Gonzalo hard off of Shipman. Set up for Gonzalo, but job is there that time. Trankler taps it over. Trouble for the Trojans. 23-13 lead for the Eagles.
Checking in for Central Methodist, number 22, Gibby on sharp. And number 11, Jimena DeFeo.
DeFeo returns. And trouble for the Trojans. Set point for Central Methodist. Set point for Gabby Ocharik. And issues again for the Trojans. That ends set number 2 as CMU takes sets 1 and 2 by the marks of 25-12 and 25-13 respectively. They go to set 3 with CMU on top 2-0 on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
is set number 3. 2-zip lead, Central Methodist. Number 18 team in the country, defending home court against the Hannibal LaGrange Trojans. And Ganelli gets us underway. Chloe Moore. Oh, at the back line now, Milo. Still in play, Milo this time, rather. Point Trojans. Romero returns for the Trojans after the kill by Marissa Bird. Trankler. She has been a beautiful addition out of the transfer portal. This group continues to come together after all graduations of last year, all the departures, and so much of a different face on this team, but still started the season with so much success. And Trankler does it again. So many different options to go to with this team. Another point for the Eagles, ace. There is Cantoni again. Tapped over by Moore, stonewalled by Trankler and Mawson. Point CMU. After this afternoon's contest, Ganelli averaging about 0.5 service aces per set. Cantoni about 0.2. What a dig by Cantoni. Keep it alive. Moore with a intense shot. Tapped over by Gonzato. And now a free ball. Trankler the tap. Saved by Romero. Back over. Still alive. Great save by Gonzato. And the Trojans have trouble with it. CMU extends the lead at 4. 5-1 here in set number 3. Oh, Chloe Moore with the drive and a point for the Trojans. And here comes Milo. Bumps, and now Campos just has to deliver it back over. Eggemeyer sets up Blankenship, but too strong. Point CMU. Kelsey Walker returns. Senior from Lower Hutt, New Zealand. And Campos. Line drive over, trouble for the Trojans. 7-2 advantage for Central Methodist. Oh, good block up front by the Eagles, Blankenship. And now up top. Ganelli for Walker, stonewalled by Chloe Moore. Here's Shipman, 5'4" freshman. Ganelli able to keep it in play. Trojans driven back. And a rejection up front by Walker and Gonzalo. 5-point lead for the Eagles as Mariah Bostic-Jones checks in. Leticia Barea is in. And Bostic-Jones, the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, and Ridgeview High School, floats it over. Barea drives it through, point CMU. Timeout taken by the Trojans. 9-3 CMU leads on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
Bostic-Jones serves out of the timeout. And combo bump over from the Trojans, point CMU. Killed by Annabelle Musson. 7-point lead. Bostic-Jones continues to get her opportunities. And another one to the back line. Here is Blankenship. Plays it through Barea. And now Marissa Bird returns for the Trojans. Bumped by Bostic-Jones, Massin over the top. And now an opportunity for Hutron. Works in the favor of Hannibal LaGrange, and they trail by 5. Trojans, 4 kills, 4 errors here in this set. Central Methodist hitting .250. Oh, nice stop. But out of play, and Hannibal LaGrange now trails by just 4. Massin. Blankenship. And we have the point to the Trojans. Now they pull within 3. Walker the tap. And denied by Walker. Point CMU as she pretty much carried that point for the Eagles. Campos with a nice dig. Now Milo off the net to Blankenship. Falling away, Mawson goes to the ground. Tap over by Berea is beautifully placed. 12-7 lead here for the number 18 team in the land. Berea, junior from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Transfer from Lee College, and now Mawson, the graduate senior, to serve. Kept in play by Job, might have been able to let that go. Bird over the top, Bostic Jones, the set, Walker, a little bit of a tap. Now they set up Mawson, or rather Milo, and Milo puts it home. 13-7 advantage for Central Methodist. To serve again. She has been either Hart second team or Hart first team all 4 years. Now in her 5th year in the program. Milo just has to get it over. Quick play, denied by Walker. Bostic Jones sets up Walker again, looking for the back corner. Job can't quite save it. And point for CMU. Mawson has been one of the best volleyball players in the entire state. She qualified for the USA Volleyball Girls 18s Junior National Championship Club team. Mawson a little too strong that time. 6-point lead for the Eagles. Now an ace for the Trojans. Third ace for HLGU, 8 aces for CMU. Bostic Jones up top for Dreyer. And tap over by Job, high in the air. Played back. And now Dreyer sends a power shot, handled by the Trojans. Up for Berea. Here is Mawson. Softball over. Tap. Berea. Bostic Jones, and now Dreyer fits it in. Credit Hannibal LaGrange, even after a 5-set match with Tabor, they are still fighting and sticking around. You can tell though by Shipman's body language, this is an exhausted group. Oh, almost a service error, but a favorable bounce. Kept alive, point CMU. Kaya Kopp stuck with it. Timeout taken by the Trojans. 7-point lead for the Eagles on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference. Champions in competition, leaders in life.
CMU hitting 308 in set 3 with 9 kills, 1 error. Another balanced effort here this evening from the Eagles. Masin able to elevate to keep it alive. Moore stopped by Dreyer. Point CMU, they lead 17-9. Seven Eagles with 3 or more kills. Milo at the top with 7. Masin with 5. Berea and Walker both with 4. And Berea gets her hands on that one. Boston Jones up for Dreyer, off the Trojans. Point CMU. 9-point lead for Central Methodist. Hannibal LaGrange just completely gassed, exhausted. There's a service error. Meanwhile, Central Methodist has been able to utilize their depth all day long. And they are a significantly fresher team. Ariana Hutron to serve for Hannibal LaGrange, trailing by 8 here in set 3. CMU took set 1, 25-12, and set 2, 25-13. Dreyer off of job and stays on the Trojan side. Point CMU, and they're 6 away here from closing it out. Julia Ganelli returns for the Eagles, along with Lauren Strange, the senior out of Bloomington, Illinois, and Heartland Community College. Played back. Chloe Moore, she still has a little bit in the tank. She elevates for that power shot. Chloe Moore with 6 kills and a .250 hitting percentage in this match. Strange. And now Blankenship just gets it over. Dreyer stopped, and they go right back to her. And she makes a mistake. Trojans trailing by 7. Tapped over by Trankler. Chloe Moore. She doesn't seem too tired. A couple of kills in a row. She's playing with the same juice that she had in the first match against Tabor. Romero out of El Paso, Texas, averaging 2.5 digs per set entering today. Quick play over, point CMU. Ganelli delivers, 20-13. Central Methodist leads. And that's again, Cantoni returns for the Eagles. And now she serves. More this time, denied by Masin. Eagles for away. Tony, the transfer from A&M International. Trinkler the tap. Ganelli, Tony, Strange. Playable. And a nice attempt there from the Trojans. No look, but a point for the CMU Eagles. And now, just a 3-point difference here for the Eagles, so they take set number 3 and this match. And CMU now 2 points away. Tony to serve once again. Nice run here for CMU. 4-point run. A 10-point advantage. And now a service error by Cantoni. And a job here to serve for HLGU. Nelly to set. Good block up front by Blankenship and Moore. They don't quit. Blankenship to the back line. Point Trojans. No quit in this group. They are resilient, gritty. Barish with a power shot. Point CMU. Match point for the number 18 team in the land as they look to sweep both Hannibal LaGrange and Tabor here on this Wednesday. And again, they will take on Graceland on Friday nights, and then Peru State on Saturday morning. Chloe Moore rejected. Ganelli for Walker. The tap, still alive. Blankenship, oh, nice dig, but point for the Trojans. Good attempt there by Dreyer, taking that laser of a spike. Shipman to serve. Out of play. 24-17. Still match point for Central Methodist. Walker the tap, and that does it. After a long day here in Puckett Fieldhouse, CMU finishes 2-0 with 2 sweeps over both Tabor and Hannibal LaGrange. They moved to 10-3. Trojans fall to 3-19, but Court conference play up next here for the Eagles as they take on Graceland on Friday night and Peru State on Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us all day long. We'll see you next time on the Hart Conference Network.